Welcome to Critical Hit, a Major Spoilers podcast. Thank you so much for downloading and checking us out this time. Ooh. That's what those owls say as they're, like, exploding, Rodrigo. Who did this to us?
Oops. Yeah, so what happened last time?
On Critical Hit.
Critical hit.
We killed us a god. Or
we didn't quite kill him yet, but we certainly dropped him.
We dropped a god.
Took a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Those owls were pretty tough.
So is he.
Yeah, yeah. As Or found out more than once. All right. Little Sparkle has a starfish on her dagger, and she's got a choice to make.
Yep. As you guys said, Little Sparkle had slashed at Asmodeus, who, clearly has taken a fair amount of damage that would have killed, a dozen Orms already. He falls backwards. His scimitar goes clattering. And he just kind of weakly tries to prop himself up, but it's not really working very well.
Like Sparkle, basically puts her foot on the sword and just quickly, not trying to keep him from getting any traction, moves forward and uses the dagger with the starfish on it and slits his throat.
Okay. Sparkle slits his throat. And he gets a big gash. And he goes...
Hooray, we won!
Yay. Zakar drinks his blood.
Yeah, does that actually seem to be the case? Does he start...
The thing that happened last time is definitely not happening.
Ooh, that's not good. It's not working.
He reaches back and pushes his head forward a little bit. And he says, what's the matter? Your little gizmo not working?
You figured out how to counter it.
In a way. It really isn't me countering it. You can't dissolve my soul if my soul's already forfeit. And he points up to one of the balconies. And you see two creatures up there. They're wearing robes. And they don't have necks. They just have these spheres floating above them. One of them, inside the sphere, there's some vapor, and the other one appears to have a little terrarium with some dirt and a little plant growing. And Asmodeus says, "See, the Platinum Dragon had the right idea. Die to change and change to live. I just didn't figure it out in time to stop her." And he just kind of motions. Basically little Sparkles on top of him. And he motions past her to Ket, who is now surrounded by, basically whipping around winds and energy.
What have you done?
Asmodeus is no more, and Ket gets all the power. Everybody gets what they want. And he just turns into dust as you see some motes of energy flow from his body to Ket, who is now hovering a foot off the ground. So for Ket, this is a very weird feeling. It does feel like when you win a soul, but this one is very big. In fact, it's so big that it is disrupting your soul matrix. Not that matrix.
Oh.
I wasn't ready for this yet.
So basically, Ket can feel the, again, as I said, a matrix, right? So all of these souls are kept separate so that Ket can access them. He can feel them like not kept separate. Basically, the bonds that are joining them and separating them break, and they just start glomming onto each other and becoming like single souls, and that includes his own soul. Meaning, oh, go ahead.
Was going to try to there's 3 souls in there that I want to specifically try and protect.
Okay.
Mine,
Mhm.
obviously. Asmodeus's, and the remnant of the Raven Queens, the portion of the Raven Queens.
Okay. You all see Ket like just scrunch his eyes harder than you've ever seen him, and probably groan with the effort as he basically turns all of his power inward, but it's really not looking like that's going to be possible. When all of those souls touch, they're going to become something new, and that includes Ket. Ket's just going to be dissolved into it, and that new soul is going to become something new, like the Raven Queen did. So, is there anything that Ket wants to say and do before that process is complete? You guys, by the way, since he was in the field, you guys also see Shadow, the spirit eagle, kind of dissipate into essence and get sucked back into Ket's chest.
Well, I'll bring out the familiar that a version of Randus gave me.
Yep.
Turn to Randus. Get this to Emil.
Okay.
And protect my family.
I'll do that.
Ket grows about maybe another meter proportionately. A pair of obsidian horns sprout from his forehead. They don't look like Asmodeus's horns. They're kind of small and more, what I want to say, like
pronghorn, curled.
No. More like more like Sly Devil than like, Chernobog kind of horns. So yeah, these sprout. His skin fades from its normal color to a light blue as he basically stops kind of scrunching and flexing his muscles. Has a moment where he kind of looks kind of past you guys. Apparently, like, it looks like he's just looking at a wall. He kind of like squints at it, gives a little bit of a smile, and then disappears. And the energy goes as well.
What happened?
The guys on top are like, match complete, wager paid. They like float down a series of papers over probably to Randus, because he's probably or maybe Little Sparkle, which is the closest to them.
I'll grab the papers.
Okay. Congratulations, winners. And they disappear. The remaining owl has also kind of melted away. When you look at the papers, they actually list pretty much everything that happened. Like, it has stats like you and I would see today, like in a basketball game. There was apparently a weird call that when Shadow entered the field, they didn't know if that was going to be cheating, but as Shadow is apparently, it says there, Shadow is part of one of the contestant souls. It is fair game. And yeah, all the way down to your victory and the transaction.
What is the transaction?
The soul of the captain.
Whoa.
Asmodan lost his soul, but what happened to Hazard?
He got Asmodeus' soul.
He's become a
Whatever.
new god, presumably.
Yeah, a new god.
This
Who is he now?
Not what I expected to happen.
And is it a good thing?
I think, in as much as anything is a good thing.
Why would Asmodeus sign on to this? She'll like start flipping through the papers and trying to like figure out, I guess, what the stakes were and what Asmodeus thought, like what would help him here.
I mean, hubris, right? He thought he would win. He thought he would get Ket's soul. He thought he would get the soul of the Raven Queen.
No, he wanted to transform.
He wanted to change the game.
Well, what did he say? He said, live to die, die to live.
No.
And
die to change to live.
Change to live.
So he had to change into something else. He had to change into whatever Ket became.
He felt his time was over?
Or that's how he would live. So what does that mean happened to Bahamut then?
Well, Bahamut, I guess, maybe changed into Drumstick?
Maybe.
That would be my expectation. Is there anything on the field that has any sort of natural and or spirit traces that might give us even the slightest hint of what in the world's just happened?
Oh yeah, there's just like if Sakar like takes a moment to like change his senses to the natural spirit world, your PKE meter goes off the scale. Like basically, you guys are like just covered in energy. Like you guys are essentially radioactive right now, as is this room, as is probably the next couple floors in every direction of this tower.
Does it seem harmful to us?
No.
Let's get out of here. Let's rendezvous with the people who bought us this. I don't even know what this is, but a lot of people died for it.
It's a victory.
Is it?
Oh, it's not a defeat.
It played into Asmodeus' plans. Now Ket is gone and we don't know where or why.
And more
Change is
importantly,
always hard.
More importantly, what's happening with time?
Or what those things were that he sold his soul to.
Well, presumably those were the things from, what did he call it, the Cobalt Alley?
Cobalt Alley.
Presumably, but
no, at least one,
that,
you guys, some of you guys have actually seen the critters from the Cobalt Alley before. Those are the arbiters. I don't think
any of them
Sparkle
seen them?
has ever seen them, but they have kind of presented themselves at least once.
The only time I remember seeing them is when I got teleported, the very first time that Ket got teleported away after selling off the Raven Queen's church.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Well, in that case, we'll take it back, and when they say, congratulations, winners, Cobalt Alley victory complete, and then they disappear.
Well, he knew how to play the long game. I'll give him that. I'll start heading towards the elevator.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything else in this room that...
I mean, an incredibly powerful scimitar.
I will pick it up.
Okay.
If I can.
Yeah.
I will pick it up.
Ooh, it's cool.
Nice. I swish it around.
Oh yeah, it just slices right through the air.
Nice.
Audibly sharp.
What happens if I try to use it as a implement for my magic?
I think because you've multi-classed into sword mage, you can.
Yeah, that's what I was asking, if there's any other power.
Yeah, because it's a heavy blade. Sword mages can use any heavy blade, so yeah, you can channel through it.
Nice. I'll put it on my belt.
Okay.
I'm going to keep this if you guys are okay with that. Or return it to whoever it needs it.
I mean, if the Bronze Prince is still alive, but if not...
You've heard that he wasn't.
Yeah.
What about...
I guess no one has a claim to it anymore.
What about...
Do
you have the fetter that we can check in with...
What's
his face?
Check
Salath.
in with Salath.
Okay. You summon Salath.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He looks very faint.
Salath, what's wrong?
I don't know. Lots of spiritual interference.
Oh,
And he
yeah,
fades
you'll
away.
have that. I think we just witnessed the death and rebirth of a god. So
He fades away.
Okay.
You'd need to like move away from this place.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's head out.
Okay.
Let's find that elevator if we can.
Back out through the
Mhm.
lobby.
Yeah.
Get on the elevator.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a little bit more room now.
Oh, that's just cruel, dude.
You guys start going down the elevator, and you're pretty sure that you can take this all the way down to the bottom.
Okay. So, I mean, are we going to face resistance when we get off this elevator?
I don't know. Probably not, considering the owl disappeared, and I'm guessing that Asmodeus's troops will. I don't know. I honestly have no idea.
All right.
So be prepared for anything.
I suppose I can't dual wield, can I?
No,
You
but I
can.
can.
You're just not very good at
Oh,
it.
okay.
You need a feat for that, and Yeah, Orem's not going to be very good at that. You basically need to be a ranger to use two medium-sized weapons, or
Okay.
whatever they're called, two military weapons.
right.
So, yep, you guys go down the elevator. Takes a while.
So, what are we going to do next?
I don't know. I
Presumably
mean, we need
whatever
to
we
try to
want.
find out what happened to Ket and make sure that find out what's happening with time. See if we can get Coralon out of there. There's still a lot to be done.
I pull the gem out of my pocket and look through it to see if I can still see Coralon in there.
Yep, there he is.
Coralon, I shake it. Can you please get out of here?
He does not
Hit him
seem
with the god
to
sword.
notice that he is being shaken.
Do not hit that with a god sword. We do not know what would happen. It might
Hit it with the
destroy
god
him.
sword. There is no problem that cannot be solved by hitting it with a large enough sword.
Unless you're trying to solve the problem of someone being dead.
I think we've just proven that even that isn't necessarily insurmountable.
Do not hit that gem with the god sword, please.
Oh, I wouldn't do that.
So after a while, you guys get down to the bottom. The elevator opens. It opens to the outside of the building. There are clear signs that some fighting took place. There's like a few Asmodean priest corpses, but like very few. Like maybe the fighting didn't stay here. But you guys are outside of the first floor of the tower, so basically it's like you guys come out. Somewhere around the tower is the entrance where you went in, and in front of you a courtyard and then a wall. And then, presumably all of that sequence of courtyards that you guys walk through. And there's like a big gate over by the wall. By which I mean it's just an open gate that you can walk through.
When we were coming down the elevator and we were able to see out, were we able to see any of the devils or corrupted angels flying around?
No. Like I said, the space that through which you can see, you're very high up, so it's hard to see anything. Like they would have to be like, either all clumped together or just so enormous that you'd be able to spot them from the stratosphere.
Sure.
This tower's very tall.
What about just down here on the ground?
You don't see any devils. You do spot someone sitting on top of the wall. She has she's wearing a cool, like dyed red leather jacket. Has like some mismatched shades, like bangs, like silver bangs.
She carrying a guitar?
She is carrying a case on her back where a guitar could fit. Yes. This is, in fact, the Queen's Irreproachable Voice.
Is that the Queen's rebellious daughter?
That is what the Queen's rebellious daughter became, yes.
I was asking them because...
Oh, yeah.
Queen's
I was
Queen's
never around.
Irreproachable Voice. I thought we told you. She transformed. It seems to be a whole theme right now.
Ah, okay. Well, maybe we could go talk to her. If she got me out, maybe she can get Coralon out.
We definitely should.
Let's try.
Yeah.
She'll,
Hello.
like,
I wave.
wave
Hello.
and start walking towards her.
Yeah. She says, as you approach, she says, "Hey, did you figure it out?" And she like jumps down from the wall.
Figured something out.
See, I told you.
So...
Good.
I may be a little bit confused, but look, Coralon's trapped in here. Is there a way you could get him out?
I remember you. You're
Yeah.
cute.
Oh, thanks.
So, yeah, I'm just here to mop up see if there's any rail relevant technology that I need to,
Well, one of those floors they were working on vertex teleportation.
You remember which floor?
287 or something.
Okay, all right.
Can't remember. They didn't seem to be getting very successful with it, but yeah, seemed like that'd be the place to go.
Okay.
So are the adjudicators of Cobalt Alley Raksha?
What's Cobalt Alley?
Oh boy. So we just watched Asmodeus bestow his power to Ket to create a new god under the auspices of, she holds up the paperwork, some very strange beings.
I mean, I don't know this organization, but their paperwork looks like it's in order. I see there was a question here and they had to arbitrate it, but, I don't know the rules.
Okay.
She hands the papers back to Little Sparkle.
Can you get Coralon out of here? And I hand her the gem.
Yeah, she takes it, looks into it. I mean, probably. But why?
I mean, he's trapped.
Yeah, but who's this guy to you?
He's not really anything to me, but for many, many, many other people, he's very important.
Yeah, this guy like a good guy?
Good enough.
Hmm.
He's not a evil person.
Oh yeah? You've never had any problems with him.
I
I
mean,
mean, he did send assassins to try to kill us, but to be fair, it was because we were, unbeknownst to us, working for Asmodeus, effectively.
It was his fecklessness that led to the dissolution of the Pentathlon in the first place, was it not?
Yeah, but I still think that was part of a concerted effort to force the hand of Asmodeus in order to arrange this whole situation.
So what I'm hearing is easily manipulated, extremely powerful being?
Yes, that seems appropriate.
She looks over at Randus. Hey there, Flicker.
Hey,
You know this guy?
we've met
How many times?
a couple.
All of them good?
It's varied.
I mean, he fought alongside us in the
Void.
in the Void War.
Yeah.
He likes
my
long
notes-
walks on the beach.
My notes are a little scant, but all the guys that fought alongside you, good people? You didn't have any problems with any of them?
Yeah, didn't Grumsh fight alongside you?
Didn't Lol fight alongside you?
Pretty much everyone except Asmodeus fought alongside us.
Yeah, I don't think you guys have thought this through.
Okay.
Tell you what, she tosses the gem back to Orem. It's really my luck that you and I are probably going to cross paths again. So if you think that it's a good idea to unleash a, she turns to Zakar, a feckless, looks over at Randus, unpredictable, source of incredible power, then I'll do it. Because, what do I care? Seriously, I'm just looking out for you because you're cute.
Oh, okay.
You're going to have some issues at the corpse.
Yeah. Well, maybe we can work something out. Seems like lots of things are changing nowadays.
Well, and that brings up another important question. It was all these gods, the treaty of worms that was keeping everything working, and now there's no treaty, and there are scattered gods and dead gods, and what happens to all of this?
Not really relevant to my wheelhouse here. I think, don't get me wrong, it's going to be a pain in the butt when I come through this place and 10 years have passed here and only 2 years have passed in every other vertex. But, I'm immortal. It doesn't really matter. So
What about-
I'm just gonna go up the stairs here. Oh, an elevator. Great.
Yeah, you can't miss the floor. You'll see it.
She takes out her guitar and plays something on it. The elevator opens.
Oh,
Gets back in, or gets into the elevator. Gives you guys like a little salute kind of thing.
Wave back.
Says, yeah. She says, don't stress yourselves out too much. And the doors close and she starts going up.
See you again.
perhaps.
Why not?
Sparkle just shakes her head.
She does bring up relevant points.
Which ones?
Keeping
Any
Coralon in
number.
a gem.
Not even so much Coralon specifically. I mean, the entirety of this seems to have been about change, a reset. Everything is different. Leaving aside the question of whether we should try and return everything the way it was before, the question is whether we even can.
No, we certainly shouldn't try to return everything it was before, because it was, in at least a lot of ways, pretty miserable before.
Mhm.
So, now, it being an absolute chaos is also a problem, but
Maybe try contacting Salath again.
well, why don't we keep moving a little further away and see if we can reunite with our allies?
Okay.
Can I still feel the giant waves of radioactive nonsense here as well?
No, it's pretty tenuous out here. It really was mostly concentrated in the top levels of the tower. You guys break out the equation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Randus is able to figure out the way back to the beachhead.
Okay. Yeah, so you're just gonna need to go through that alley, and that should bring you to this sector. You want to head north. Then
Where are
just
you
keep going
going?
that way. I think I'm kind of running out of time here. You guys think you can find your way back?
What do you mean by that?
I'm gonna have to move on.
Move on
He's
to
literally
where?
running out of time.
Yeah. Have to. I don't know where. Probably some other timeline. Hopefully.
Have you ever been
See you
successful
again?
before?
Yeah, there's been successes. I'm hoping this is the one that counts. Yeah, I mean, I would have liked to see the family again, but yeah, if you do run into them, tell them, I miss them. I'm gonna keep trying to do what I can to, do my best to make things better. I hope you all do the same.
Oh,
I'll
Randus.
make sure that
She just kind of hugs him and tries to hold him really tight.
Thank you, Sparkle. Glad to have met you.
I'm really glad to have met you too. Thank you for everything you did to us, or for us, in this timeline and the others.
This familiar. I'm not sure if I should be taking this or not. Try to get it to Ket's family, I guess. Here.
I will.
All right. I think I'm slipping away now.
Bye,
Bye.
Randus. I'll miss you.
Sakar reaches
Bye.
out to try and grab his hand.
Have fun.
Reach back.
Have fun in your other adventures. Don't forget us.
I'll never forget you guys.
Yes, Sakar's hand reaches out. Randus reaches out, but the hands pass through each other. You see a bunch of after images of Randus, and the last thing he said, I'll never forget you guys, echoes over and over again for a very brief amount of time. It's strange. You do see kind of lots of different versions of Randus sort of superimposed, but they kind of look like they're waiting for him. And then they all disappear.
Worm's just crying.
Yeah, you have one robot lizard.
The car is crying those terrible, horrible, disturbing blood tears again.
Yeah. I mean, Sparkle will take the lizard, and she is also crying in like weird Kenku way, like because Kenkus kind of like sometimes reflect sounds that are made from other things that they've absorbed. It's sometimes like it's like crying, but also sometimes just like noises that she like associated with Randus. So it's like his weird signature.
Yeah, and like clanking.
Yeah, exactly. And she'll keep moving forward.
Okay.
Well, make sure we stay on this path.
Yep. We need to return to the beachhead.
Yeah. You meet no resistance. Find your way back to the beachhead to find the invading troops mopping up. In fact, as Sparkle, who I believe was up front, passes through basically around a building and finds herself there, it's the moment that like a matchstick monk kind of like lands with like a tiger kick onto like an Asmodean priest that was trying to get away, just like smashing him into the ground. It looks at you guys, bows, and then basically continues his perimeter as he's probably trying to get stragglers. Off over there, you see Otto, Captain Otto, and you see him talking to Aluche. And they're just, kind of pointing things out and nodding and stuff. There's already a bunch of goblins trying to dislodge some of their like ice spheres from the buildings. It looks like things are pretty well in hand here.
Move to kind of rendezvous with the group.
Yeah. Well, look at you. Where's everybody else? They die?
No, they've moved on.
They've changed.
Well, we got things pretty well in hand here. We were having some trouble, a lot of trouble actually, and then those angels kind of snapped out of it and flew away, and then all of the demons teleported away.
Yeah, Asmodeus is not a problem anymore.
At least not in his current form that we know him as.
Yes.
Aluche crosses his arms and nods. Yeah? You find a plan you could live with?
I guess so.
Remains to be seen.
At least for now.
Otto's like, well, we have things pretty well in hand here, so you all don't need to worry about it. Fangs comes over. She's picking something out of her teeth. Better not to dwell on what it could be. But Otto goes by and basically shakes each of your hands, and he says, "I gotta check some of the stuff we've busted into. So it's been great, guys. Thank you so much for all your help. Sorry, I just need to finish this up."
No, it was an honor.
Certainly. Sorry we killed you that one time.
Oh, that's all right. It all turned out okay. And he moves away. I don't know what is it. He's got short legs, so it's. But yeah, Fangs comes over, and she's like, "Did you tell them my theory?" I was like, "I think they figured it out." It's like all the Fangs says that all the devils have fealty to Asmodeus, so the fact that they abandoned the battlefield probably means that their oaths are void. Which means that there isn't a single. He like looks over at Fangs, and Fangs now there isn't like a single entity that can potentially control all devils. But it also means that there's like now all loose devils doing their own thing out there. So there's that, I suppose.
Probably going to be some kind of war as they consolidate power.
Mm-hmm. Well, we are pretty much about done here. He looks at a little Sparkle and says, you ready to go? We already got a job.
What's the job?
So apparently this dwarf god, what's his name? Fangs.
Oridon?
Yeah, that one. So get this, some island way out in the boonies this giant dwarf comes out of the ocean, walks through it. He's holding this orb, walks the length of the island and back into the astral sea. So the guys back at the 1,000-hectare armory are hiring us to go find him.
Oh, that sounds like a worthy task. I've got a sword that he made. She'll look at Orem.
I bet we can talk our way into a bonus if we give him that back.
She'll offer up the robot lizard. Can you make sure this gets to...
Sure. I'll trade her for the sword. Thanks for everything.
Yeah, Alusha is like, oh, that is nice. And Fangs is like, that is nice.
Yeah, be careful.
Yeah, it is nasty. It's been weird. I'm sure we'll meet again. I'll be around. Stay out of trouble as much as possible, you guys.
We're good at that.
No, you're not. You're terrible at that. But
yes, that's irony. It's fine.
At least try to have, I don't know, some sense, and good luck with whatever you decide to do.
You've been our sense for long enough that I don't know that we'll ever have that kind of sense again, so thank you.
Well, you could always find me, probably.
If we need to. And Sakar kind of opens his arms a little bit as if to hug and then hesitates.
She'll give him a hug. She looks at Orem.
I can give you one of those too.
Get rid of that stupid sword.
You did pretty good.
Sure.
I parried that sword a couple times.
Yeah.
I'll see you around.
Take care.
We'll see you when we see you.
Make good deals.
So as Little Sparkle heads off with Alusha and Fangs, he's like, so you guys can hear as they wander away. He's like, oh, we figured out where the other towers were here in Endpoint, so we can do sendings now.
Oh,
He like,
Oh,
nice.
hands her a big old scroll. He's like, you want to try calling your dad?
that would be really nice.
Yeah, well, you'll figure it out. I mean, I don't know if you can cast rituals, but you didn't know how to kill gods when I met you, so I'm sure you'll figure it out.
Apparently I'm part were-rat now, so I've got a little bit more sense for magic.
I'll
Oh,
reach
yeah.
into my pocket and say, hey, throw her a scroll of sending.
Thanks. She'll hand the big sword to... She'll look at between the two of them.
Yeah, they both are pretending like they don't want to hold it.
She'll hand it to Fangs first.
Okay. Yeah, Fangs takes it and she makes a wheezing noise, which is probably how she laughs.
Mm.
And these guys kind of wander away. Over to what appears to be a recently captured Devil's R, so they got that going for them.
Which is nice.
Yeah. So there are Orem and Sakar.
Well, it's just us. Are you going back to Diamond Throne?
I have to. I still don't know where this... And he gestures to his little amulet of blood. There's too many unanswered questions.
Yeah, you think your family will have answers?
I think answers are forthcoming one way or the other, whether they're from my family or about my family. I don't know.
Well, I'm sure when we get back to where we need to be, things are going to be quite different. I mean, we're quite different. So realize that they may not have changed as much as you have. So just be ready for that.
I don't know that I can be. I mean, changes what I do, and I'm terrible at it.
Well, I'm sure you'll be fine.
Hmm.
How do we
And
even
what
get...
about you?
Well, I need to go back to the Feywild and see how everyone is doing. I mean, I left them like what feels like ages ago now. And I don't know how they've fared, or if they need help, or if they even want help.
How do you even get there?
That's a good question. I'm looking around for like a boat or an elevator or a transport tube.
I mean, you guys came in on a magical Fey boat.
Ah, that's true. Maybe we should get back to the boat, and it will be able to take us where we want to go.
All right.
So we'll go see if we can find the boat.
All right. Well, if you didn't have it, somebody in the base camp can hand you guys the equation, and you guys can eventually find your way back to that little hidden, I guess, channel where you guys left the Eventide Regent. When you get down in it, as you'll recall, it's sort of like underground. When you get down to it, you spot a little old man looking up at the ship. He's got kind of light brown skin. He doesn't have a full beard. Really, he just kind of has his chin, like what would be a goatee, but it kind of like splits into two directions, just kind of like an either direction. Not because it's groomed that way, it just seems to do that naturally. And then his hair, which is white, is kind of messy. And he's wearing like basically, traveler's clothes, like a tunic and some pants and some big sturdy boots. He has like a walking stick, like a tall walking stick, but his clothes look like it looks like he's just walked through like through every region. Like his clothes are like dusty and they've got sticks coming out of the belt loops, and he looks like he just walked through like some brambles and maybe a desert. But he's kind of looking the ship up and down and kind of stroking his hair, kind of like scratching his head, nodding at it.
Hello.
He looks over and he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. How long you been standing there, you two?
Oh, we just got here. Hi, I'm Oram. This is Sakar.
Oh, yes. So nice to finally meet you.
You are?
Well, let's just say you've been on my ship for some time.
Oh, this is your ship.
It's more like this ship is a part of me.
Oh. Well, it's nice to meet you.
Oh, it's nice to meet you too.
Thank you for the use of your ship.
Oh, of course. You guys have had all kinds of adventures on this thing.
Yes, indeed. So you are familiar with our adventures?
Yeah, well, in a sense, an old friend told me all about them the few times that I was able to talk to her.
Ah, a little fox?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She's quite the character.
Yeah.
So, would we be able to borrow the ship again?
Oh, of course. What am I going to do with it?
I mean, you could come along if you want.
No, that's all right. I've got a few things to take care of. I've been away from this place for long enough.
Probably a lot of cleanup to do.
Oh, yes. Yes, very much.
Well, we will leave you to it, and when we get to our destination, we'll just tell the ship to go home?
Sure. Unless you run into more adventures to be had.
Well,
that's what the ship wants. And he, like, when he says that, he pokes the stick at Oram. You know that ship. It's going to take you where you need.
Okay. Sounds good.
As you guys have fun. And he, like, kind of steps out of your way. Go on.
All right. We get on the ship.
Okay. Yep, you guys are able to untie it, and the moment you untie it, it just starts moving forward on the channel. He waves at you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Don't stress yourselves out. Oh, and if you see a black and red door appear somewhere on the ship, don't open it.
Oh, okay. Why not?
Bye, goodbye.
Bye.
Orm and Sakar sail out of the channel and onto the Astral Sea proper. It appears to be snowing, and then they realize that it's not snowing everywhere. It's just kind of snowing around them. And as the snow intensifies, it kind of whites out, and then when the snow subsides, the ship is gone, leaving only a open sea at the shores of this island. The lighthouse is still there. People are cleaning up. The Astral Sea is open, and so what happens then? Does Randas ever stabilize? Do Sakar and Orem have more adventures on the way back? Do they click to level 30? Does Little Sparkle become a fearsome mercenary with her new crew? What about that not Ket guy? What's he gonna do? Well, that, dear listener, is mostly up to you. Will the Astral Sea explode in war and fire? Will 100 years of love in fact transpire? Will we ever hear from our old friends again? Whatever you think is probably true in the end. Die to change and change to live. We're moving on to other tales, but these pods of casting will remain. For us, this ending is a boon, but if you aren't ready yet, I hope you will forgive us soon. Thank you.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. The Void Saga. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a week off, so all of you can collect your thoughts, and collect your feelings. And here's what I would love for you to do. I would love for each and every one of you who are up to it, send us an email, podcast@majorspoilers.com. We'll be back in 2 weeks to do a wrap-up episode where we're going to read your emails. We're going to share our thoughts and our reactions to, 9 years of this game. And we'll talk about what's coming next, because there is a next. Don't worry, there's many more games and tales and stories to come. And that's what we'll do. And then we'll get into some other games and some other things in the future. But in the meantime, we're looking forward to your emails. And most importantly, we're hoping all of your dice rolls are critical hits.
This podcast is copyright 2020 by Major Spoilers Entertainment, LLC.